the reason that the final scene of Marty Supreme is absolutely brilliant is because the entire movie is a metaphor. And Marty is crying when he's looking at his baby because his baby is a comparison of his dream manifested. Let's get into it. So I actually went to the theater to go see Marty Supreme on Christmas Day. Marty Supreme on Christmas Day. Marty Supreme on Christmas Day. And this movie is about so much more than just dreaming big. This movie is really asking you, what are you willing to sacrifice to manifest your big dreams? The interesting thing about it is that I also fell for the great marketing of this film. I saw Timothy Chalamet on a 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast, and he was talking about how this film is inspired by Michael Jordan's The Last Dance documentary, and you can absolutely see it. So by now we all know that the movie is about Timothy Chalamet playing this character named Marty, who is this amazing table tennis player, ping pong player. I don't want to disrespect the table tennis ping pong community by calling it the wrong name, but he's great at that sport, right? And he has this big dream to win championships and be known as the greatest table tennis player in the world. And the thing is, he's willing to sacrifice his relationships, his friendships, and even fatherhood in order to manifest that dream. Now, one of the brilliant things about this film is the metaphor of it all, because the opening sequence of the film is Marty having a closeted affair with his friend Rachel, who we come to learn is a married woman. They are in the closet, they are doing their thing, and the opening credits of the scene shows the process of her egg becoming fertilized from his swimmers. But it really shows that process. The opening credit is actually showing all of the little swimmers racing to get to the egg. And as we know, the process of fertilization, the strongest, fastest swimmer wins the race and is the one that fertilizes the egg to create a baby. And that baby we get to see at the very end of the film. The interesting thing about manifestation and the work behind manifesting your dream is Marty was actually the strongest, fastest swimmer out of all of the hustlers. But not only is this film about what are you willing to sacrifice, which Marty was willing to sacrifice everything to manifest his dreams, it's also about how like energy attracts like energy. See, not only was Marty this big, larger than life dreamer who would not allow the idea of failure or a plan B to even enter his consciousness, but he also was a hustler, a schemer, a scammer that was willing to get over on anything and anybody in order to manifest his dreams. Now, the interesting thing about it is that he attracted a bunch of other people who were also hustlers and scammers and schemers in their own way, but they also were big dreamers. But the difference between Marty and everybody that he was surrounded by, and some of the people he actually really loved, like his best friend Wally, like I believe Rachel, as well as I think he really appreciated his friend who made the beautiful orange Marty Supreme balls. But everybody that was around him, including his own mother, were hustlers in their own way, but they all hustled for different reasons. Wally just wanted to take care of his family. Kay Stone, who was his passionate other love affair outside of Rachel, she wanted to be the best actress in the game, and that was what she was doing it for. She was hustling her husband in order to survive, in order to stay closely connected with his money. She also was willing to hustle her own husband and sacrifice that in order to help Marty achieve his dream by giving him the diamond necklace. Rachel, her goal was Marty. She wanted to be with Marty. She wanted genuine love, and she was willing to hustle the biggest hustler, Ezra, in order to really help him to get over to Japan, to be able to be a part of the competition. But the difference between all of these people, including the pin maker who was the richest man in the world and had out-hustled everybody to become the richest man in the world, the difference between all of these people and Marty is that he had no love for anybody that he was willing to put before his love for self. He was willing to sacrifice Rachel, his mother, his best friend. He was willing to sacrifice his relationships with everybody in this collage in order to manifest his dream. He even was willing to sacrifice his relationship with his own baby. When Rachel told him that she was pregnant and told him the baby was his, from the very beginning, he even denied that baby. He wouldn't even accept that that baby was his or the possibility that it could be his, because he needed to prioritize himself over anything and anyone else. And he got it. He manifested the dream. He beat his op, and his Op's own hood. When he made it to Japan and beat Endo in Japan in front of everybody, he proved to himself that he was the greatest, which is what he really wanted. He wanted to be known as the greatest table tennis player, and he did it by beating his biggest op in his own hood. That was great. And it wasn't until he manifested his dream that he could actually accept fatherhood, which is what made the end credit scene so beautiful, to show the baby and to show Marty crying because he achieved his goal. Now he could be open to actually manifesting new goals like being a great father. So the movie opens up with the process of fertilization, showing all of the swimmers trying to be the strongest, fastest, best swimmer that makes it to the egg. That is a metaphor for the race that Marty was in, to be the strongest, fastest, best table tennis player in the land. And in the end, we have a baby manifested. One of the swimmers made it. Marty won the match. He is the strongest, best, greatest table tennis player that ever lived. This is an example of his dream manifested. So he's crying when he's looking at his baby because really he's looking at himself. He manifested his dream. And I think a part of what makes this film great is the fact that it is full of anxiety and fast-paced scenes and fast talking, because that is the life of somebody who is willing to hustle and scrape and scam to get what they want. Their mind is constantly racing and thinking about the next hustle, the next scam, the next way to come up. And the entire film puts you in that emotion. The entire film puts you into the mindset of not just a person who dreams big, but a person who is willing to do whatever to get there. That Jordan mentality, right? It puts you in that. It makes you feel that fast pace. Oh my God, what's going to happen next? Wait, this is too much. Okay, we kind of settled for a moment, and the moment that you get to settle down, boom, something else happens. And I think another thing that's great about this film is that you don't know if you want Marty to win. You don't know if you want him to be successful because he is so callous and he is so rude and he is willing to sacrifice anyone and anything and step on everybody to get to the top. So a part of you is rooting for him because you really connect with the part of him that dreams big, but then a part of you is not rooting for him because you hate the part of him that lacks empathy and lacks compassion, right? So it's really is like a roller coaster of emotions. And again, I think that's one of the things that makes the movie so great. Overall, do I think the film is worth watching? Absolutely. Do I think it's inspiring? In a way, because it does inspire you to dream big and to think big and to work hard to manifest your dreams. However, it also challenges you to ask yourself, how can you still be that person that dreams big? How can you still be that person that's willing to put in the work to manifest your dream, but also balance that with having compassion and empathy and respect for other people? Can those two types of people exist in one being? Can you be a master manifester and not be a manipulator? Can you be a master manifester and also have love, compassion, and care for others? Can you be a master manifester and prioritize your own child as well as yourself and your dreams? Is it possible to manifest your dreams and still be a great parent at the same time? The film really challenges you to question all of that, right? So again, I do recommend watching the film. Do I think it is the film of the year? Not in the year of our Lord in Sinners, not in the year of our Lord in Ryan Coogler, but the film is a great film nonetheless. Oh, and Timothy, you're a great actor, bro. You're a great actor. Don't get too Marty on us, please.